Hi guys, on this show we're looking at O'Donnell, Waddy, Fraser, Rix, Fleet, Fans, Burke and Enfield. We're looking at 2000s Kevin and Perry Go Large.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of 100 Things We've Learned from Film. I'm one of your hosts, my name's Planty, and just lift up my dress and look at my front bottom.
And I'm the other guy, and I love you, Mrs. Patterson.
Cheeky girl, Mrs. Patterson.
Oh my God, aye.
John, how are you?
I'm alright, buddy. It's passionate down here, so I'm not going large.
It's here, mate. Yeah, I'm going to pick our lass up later on when she's pissed. So I'm also not going large.
I hope you
might go large at McDonald's on the way home.
the boat. I'm thinking the exact same. I'm going to have my dinner.
What are we talking about this time around?
So we're looking at Kevin and Perry Go Large, but before getting into it, I went out, I watched this, but then for some reason I wanted to watch everything 2000s to do with dance, so I watched Human Traffic with John Sim.
It's on Netflix, yeah. I wish we'd pick that instead.
But this is something else.
It's good crack. There's a couple of kind of like, whoa, I'm not all right with that, but it's like 24 years ago. What else could we have been talking about other than Human Traffic, which surely isn't 2000s, is it? It's like
1999. Yeah, yep. Right, so we talk about this all the time. I don't know why we don't do it. Why don't we just do it? Requiem for a Dream.
We're not doing Requiem for a Dream. It is going on the list of things we're never going to do.
Right, that's enough. I just thought I'd put it out there.
That's what Keith David does at the end, and he puts it out there, and then in there, and then out there. Anyway, yeah.
And she's all about High Fidelity, which we've done.
Yeah.
Bedazzled or Bedazzled.
Oh, Bedazzled. Fucking hell, was that 2000?
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
That's bad.
Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah. The American Thomas the Tank Engine film.
Yeah.
Is the fat conductor not Alec Baldwin?
I
might be imagining that. I'm pretty sure it's. And it's the little girl out of Matilda.
God, I saw it. Jesus.
Yeah. I've not seen it. I'm aware of it.
Shaft.
Shut your mouth.
What's his face? Samuel Jackson. And The Beach.
Oh, The Beach is a good movie. I slept on the beach. Not literally slept on the beach, not like Kevin and Perry, but I slept on the beach for fucking decades, man. I only saw The Beach about 5 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's really good.
It's good, but it caused that massive rift between Ewan McGregor and Danny Boyle.
Yeah, it did. So I'm going to read the book. I think it's I'm into that. Right, okay. Look, listeners, you know what we do by now, I'm sure, unless this is your first episode, and if so, oh boy, have you got some shit to unpack. We do all this stuff. We do all the same gags every week. We try to have a bit of a laugh, but we try and learn 100 things from every film. John's made a list, I've made a list, and we are going to work through the film. Loads of spoilers, loads of nonsense jokes, and maybe a little quiz for John. But yeah, this is what we do. If you like what we do, be like the people at the end of the episode and give us a quid. If you give us a quid a month, we will shout you out in every episode, and we will give you a chance to vote. I promise we're going to be giving you a chance to vote on the next episode, because I keep messing this up and not giving enough time.
Stop doing it.
I promise I'm going to do it. I'm not going to let you know what the options are. I'm just going to do it. It's going to be like Requiem for a Dream, Downfall.
Oh, God. Warship Down. Oh!
Jesus. We've already done Bright Eyes. We can't do that again. But yeah, give us a quid and we will shout you out like the people at the end. We will let you plug whatever you want. Yeah. Anyway, let's get into it. Right, it starts off, it's an Icon Films. And I was kind of like, Icon Films? I recognised that. And you know where I recognise it from, John?
Anything to do with Mel Gibson, I expect?
Yeah, absolutely. Famous hater of women, Jewish lads, and Jesus, Mel Gibson, started it in 1989. when no studio would give him any money to make yet another fucking Hamlet adaptation. Yeah, he's a piece of shit, isn't he?
He doesn't even need to do any of this shit anymore. He's fucking, is he not mega rich?
Yeah, but he hates people, doesn't he? Don't confuse it with British TV producer icon, which I did for 10 minutes and started writing down loads of notes about this Bristol-based documentary filmmaker.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's not them. According to their website, they are an award-winning film productions, this Bristol lot. This lot, it's basically Mel's 90s and 2000s films, and they pony up the money for, John, Ken Loach's Sweet 16.
What?
Shout out to the Greenock and the Port Massive. You probably don't listen. Now get this. Mel is currently working on, you're not going to believe this, The Passion of the Christ 2 Resurrection.
No way.
Piss off.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, who could care?
I know.
Who's waited 2,000 years for that second film?
Ken, I know.
You know?
It's like Titanic too, isn't it?
It is. It was also Tiger Aspect Telly, and I recognise this.
Yeah, it's in that.
Started in 1993, did Vicar of Dibley, Peaky Blinders, and Man Like Mabeen, which, by the way, I absolutely love.
Yep, I love Mr. Bean.
Well, they also did Mr. Bean as well, I think. Yeah, very good. So, it starts off, it says, in the year of our Lord, 1536, Anne Boleyn was found guilty of treason. Her sentence was death. We see this castle in the background. It's only a model. It's actually Dover Castle, this one. It's Dover Castle where this is filmed. And I've got some Dover Castle stuff. Bluebirds, cliffs, all that bullshit. It's home to a Roman lighthouse, one of only 3 that survive in England today. And the evacuation of Dunkirk was ordered from here in the Second World War. Anne Boleyn, John, any ideas?
So I totally didn't do anything because I knew you'd come from this. Right?
Yeah, I got Anne's back and probably ahead. Henry VIII's second wife, Doss. May the 2nd, she was arrested on the grounds of incest, adultery, and treason. May the 14th, marriage to Henry is declared null and void. May the 19th, beheaded. May the 30th, Henry marries Jane Seymour.
Jesus.
We all would, because Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman's fit as fuck.
Jesus, that two icon thing got me going, ooh. Loved it.
Hell of a month for Anne Boleyn, that, wasn't it?
Oh, God, aye, man.
Yeah. Other things that happened in 1536. No, really, listeners. It was a leap year.
Right.
On my 3rd birthday, 22nd of January, Bernard Nipperdolling, no, really, Bernard Krechting, and John of Leyden, you know him, he's the one out of the Sex Pistols, were executed for their roles in the Munster Rebellion, which I assume they tried to blow up Tralee. I mean, that is a joke for one listener.
I know.
Literally our one Irish listener. I am not doing those anymore.
I thought you were going to go for a Herman joke, but no.
That would have been better. Also in 1536, the Inquisition was implemented in Portugal. I didn't expect that.
Those crazy Portuguese.
Nobody expects the Portuguese Inquisition. I never even knew there was such a thing as the Portuguese Inquisition. I didn't know there was a thing such as Spanish Inquisition other than in Monty Python.
It's where we got our history for, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Our prime weapons are those little custard tarts and Sagres beer and Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't know. Fucking hell. Right. So she's taken to her death, and there's this guy beheading people, this executioner, and the guy chopping off heads. I did think it was very much Boris from Blazing Saddles. I couldn't possibly sneak him in until Monday, sir. I'm booked solid. Which I only just learned that is based on Boris Karloff. It makes perfect sense, and I had no idea. Yeah.
We're going to
we have to. No, of course we can, and we shall. Yeah, we'll do Blazing Saddles. Blazing Saddles is beautiful, and I love the fact that it's when Headley looks out the window and he goes to check on him. He's on his horse. He's got the noose around his neck, and the horse. Fantastic. she says, look, I've got years of shagging left in me yet. Don't chop off my head when you could lift up my dress and have a look at my front bottom.
Oh, that's where your intro came from, isn't it?
Yeah. The next man is Kevin, and a joke that keeps coming up here. He's got a massive knob. Like
No.
it comes up like 4 times, and I kind of like that. I don't know. As a man with a huge knob. Kevin's mum wakes him from his daydreaming, and he's reading this Anne Boleyn book, which obviously he is studying for school.
Literally looking at all these mini posters, so there's hundreds of them. So there was a Cream Fields, there was a Fubu.
Oh man, I had some Fubu jeans.
Yeah, but I did. So Fubu came out in 1982, and they meant for us, by us, Fubu.
All right, okay.
Well, I think 4 guys made it up.
Okay.
Creamfields initially went in 1998 is a 1-day event in Liverpool. It
Yep.
just keeps going and going and
It's
going.
massive now, isn't it?
But this is. I don't know how it was a good thing or a bad thing, but the limit for drink is every person's allowed 24 cans and 1 litre of spirits in a plastic bottle.
In a plastic bottle,
In a
mate.
plastic bottle.
I would take a lot more, but it's not that they're doing, is it? You know what I mean?
Nah.
They're wrecking off the tits, so it's all good. Okay,
Oh, maybe.
fantastic. I couldn't get any of that poster stuff. Like it was just none of it made. None of it made any sense to me. I was like, what are these words? What's going on? I thought one of them was a polling poster. There's 2 blokes' names. I was like, I don't know. Was he once running for president? And who knows?
Yeah.
John, with that in mind, it's quiz time. Let's get it out of the way nice and early.
Let's go.
On the back of Front Bottom, this one is a quiz based on other names for vaginas. John.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I've called it Fad Your Fiction. Goodbye, what few female listeners we had.
Oh, goodbye.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
For some legitimacy, the real ones in this are from Cosmopolitan. All right.
Oh, okay.
And the rest I've made up. Okay. I say legitimacy. There's 7. You got to guess if they're real or not.
Okay.
Okay. Number 1, Minky.
Yes. True.
Number 2, Fufu.
True.
Very good. You're good at your vaginas, John.
Oh, yeah.
Number 3, Volhole. So it's like molehole, but with a V.
No.
Also a small rodent. No, you're right. I made that one up. Number 4, Vagine.
It's for Gigi, but I'll go yes then.
Yep, as in send me pics of Bob's and Vagine. You know that meme. Number 5, Penis Flytrap.
They wouldn't allow it to be called that, but no.
True, John.
Ooh.
True. Number 6, The Fadge and the Furious.
No.
No, you're right. Yeah, Nobs and Shaw? Question mark. Number 7, Flower.
True.
That's right, Monica from Friends. Obviously, she called it the Flower.
Flower.
John, you did very well. You got 6 out of 7.
You, I know my fanny.
You fucking are. Right. We're here somewhere. Kevin, we know, is this horrible little bastard played by an adult man. He mouths off at mum and dad. Also, did you notice he's got this Brexity bedspread?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. You all laughed at Harry Enfield and Chums. Well, you're not laughing now.
No, certainly not. No.
Prick. Farage, not Kevin, but also Kevin. He starts writing in his diary. Dear diary, I've never written in you before because I've always been too busy. He's dreaming that he'll sell 1 million copies if he sold his diary. His best friend is Perry. Who, John?
Kathy Buck. Oh, that's amazing, man.
She is a national treasure. She is fantastically forward-thinking lefty.
Oh, yeah.
She's just adorable, and I think let's do what we can just to keep her alive.
Oh yeah,
I
think
she is.
See some of the things like that's it's a transformation going from Perry to Winnie Ashlob to that nil by mouth thing. She's just fucking a chameleon.
Nil by mouth. Add that to the list of films we're never going to do. By the way, I can never watch that again. She's perfect and. At no point watching this did I think of Perry as a woman dressed as a kid.
Nope.
At no point. I was completely sold that she was Perry.
Yep. No, totally. She owned the character, and that character doesn't matter what guy or lassie, man. It was just perfect. Absolutely.
She got this fantastic podcast where she interviews her famous mates about their funeral.
Yeah,
At
yeah,
the
yeah.
minute, it's quite good. Some episodes are hit and miss, but when you get someone like Bob Mortimer on Paul Whitehouse, Paul Whitehouse is
Yeah.
brilliant, by the way. Yeah.
Well, because she was on that as off the menu. We
Oh, she was brilliant
Campbell's
on
and that.
menu, off menu.
Aye.
Yeah, she's really
Yeah.
good on that. Because again, she's just
She's
common
normal.
working class woman,
Yeah.
isn't she? Yeah, she's common working class North London woman. Anyway, let's
Who,
get on.
who doesn't do seeds? Just so you
No,
know.
she doesn't do seeds. Yeah,
Don't
it's
do
weird.
seeds.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very weird. She likes tomatoes, but she doesn't like seeds. How'd that work? They dream of being superstar DJs, which I loved. And they have this "All I Want to Do Is Do It" song,
Aye.
right? They kind of drum and bass more than house, which is funny because the whole thing, it's obviously written by a man who doesn't know anything about dance music,
Yeah.
because they got a drum and bass tune and they go to Ibiza for this kind of.
Oh, Ibiza.
Ibiza. They're both obsessed with losing their virginity. I think we all were at one point.
Yep.
I love how every single car, by the way, when it zooms out, this massive house that they live in,
Oh yeah.
every single car was what?
It was Ford Focus. There's Focuses everywhere.
It was a Ford Focus. Yeah, absolutely.
Jesus.
Launched in 1998, so this is blatantly an advert for them. Ford plans to stop making them in Germany in 2025, but they'll still be made in China.
China.
By the way, maybe they've stopped making them because of how horrible we are, the Germans, in this film.
Oh God, aye. Well,
What are those Germans dressed as?
it's always the holidays one, isn't it? Anything to do with Germans on holiday
Yeah.
automatically.
They're all right by me. Like, a real soft spot for the Germans. Anyway, Kevin and Perry head to this newspaper shop with a sock full of something heavy, and it seems they're going to rob the place, but it turns out it's full of what?
Money for porn.
Yeah, just change for porn.
Yeah.
They spill it all over the thing and whatever. Now, this is 2000. Surely Kevin's got the internet.
It was very, very basic back then, and it was
Yeah.
a lot. It was a lot of money.
Yeah, it was. That's very true.
It was a lot of money. I remember I got one of those internet TVs. Big mistake. £100 straight away.
Oh, I remember those. Yeah,
Aye,
I forgot about those.
Yeah, keyboard. Oh,
Yeah,
that
those
was.
were shit. Yeah.
Aye.
They head off with the mag in a paper bag, which I kind of liked. Good touch.
Oh, the mag's not real. I checked the mag. Just
Oh, right, good spot. Yeah. They spot Kevin's dad, and the magazine falls on the floor. Kevin jumps on it like a grenade. They're reading the magazine later. They find out one of the girls in it loves going to Ibiza, clubbing and shagging. So that's their plan decided. They're going to go to
Ibiza.
Dad says no because of his terrible school report. Kevin storms out, and Perry stands there while Mum and Dad are having this argument. And there's like, "Excuse me, Mrs. Person, can I have a gem sandwich, please?" Famous West Cumbrian Perry. Didn't realise that. You know? Kevin dreams of his funeral full of women that should have shagged him crying, which is actually my funeral too, including one that mouths, "This big," and holds hands like this apart. It's very good.
That's good.
I didn't mean to cause you any pain, Mum, but you shouldn't have made me wash.
Nice.
Mum and Dad confirm they can go on holiday if they pay for it, which of course is preposterous to Kevin. I hate you! You're ruining my life. They go to this Virgin Mega store, and I loved this. There's all these boys behind the desk in the caps. What makes you think you can work here? Do you even know this shop? Where do you find punk?
On my sheets. Oh, that's so funny.
And he just goes, "Spunk on my sheets." Where'd you find punk? On What the Fuck Do You Want podcast.
Well done.
With Spunk on his sheets as well. They go to this old woman's house to wash her car. I couldn't get what the car was on. I was certain it was a Morris.
It's a 1964 Morris Minor, and it's owned by Nursey for Blackadder.
Oh, mate, what a shout. So it was. Oh, I loved Nursey. I assume that woman's dead now.
I thought, aye, yeah. Because I always get her mixed up with Miriam Margolyes, and I don't know why.
Because they are not dissimilar in looks. They are not dissimilar in looks, except one's a Shakespearean actor, and the other one is Nursey. She pays them an egg each, which I kind of liked, and has a nice callback later on. It's good protein, though.
Yeah.
They stumble across a party. Mopeds, cider. It's a party. Drunkenly, Kevin falls asleep and is joined by this drunken lass Sharon, just sleeping in this random bed. And we see the night of her lying in different positions next to him. She's kind of like in this angle, at that angle. And he's got this massive stoner up through the thing. Yeah, it looks good.
If you say so.
Yeah. I don't know. I was into that. That was a good... I thought all the erection stuff was kind of funny. But that's because I'm a fucking child. While they're washing the cars, by the way, the song is Ooh La La, Say So. Come on. By the Wise Guys, John. The Wise Guys. Number 87 where?
The Netherlands?
Correct. Number 7 in Iceland. Thanks, Mum. Number 2 in the UK, on the back of that Budweiser adverts where the frogs get on the back of the Crocagator.
Oh, God, aye.
Yeah, they go into the bar and they come out with the Budweiser. Say, ooh, la, la. So. While he's in bed, by the way, this song that's on, I'm in the Mood for Love. This version is Jules Holland and JK from Jamiroquai. Now, I can't think of many places I would like to get 9/11'd, but probably that studio that day. Jules Holland and JK. I could see them ritually murdered by terrorists.
Yeah, easily.
That would work for me. Nakatomi Plaza. I'd be cool with that. I'd be all right. Original version of that song is the 1935 by Frances Langford. Versions, John. Deep breath. 1935, Vera Lynn. Whitecliff's over again. 1944, Coleman Hawkins and the Trumpet Kings with Teddy Wilson and Roy Eldridge. 1946, Billy Eckstein. 1946, the King Cole Trio. 1949, James Moody, settling for arrest, listeners. 1950, Charlie Parker. 1951, Errol Garner. 1952, Eddie Fisher, Princess Leia's dad. 1952, Joe Stafford. 1955, Joni James. 1955, Julie Greater London. 1956, Mae West. 1957, one of my personal favourites, Fats Domino. 1957, Rosemary Clooney. You know whose grandma that is, listeners.
Yep.
1958, Louis Prima and Keely Smith. 1959, Brooke Benton. Pat Boone, also in 1959. 1960, Paul Anka. Also in 1960, Johnny Mathis. 1961 singles for Brenda Lee, The Chimes, Shirley Bassey, Caterina Valente. 1962 version for Marty Robbins. Fucking hell, I wish I hadn't done this. This is like that time that I went through all the companies that Viacom owns or something. Do you remember that?
Viacom.
1963, we've got Al McCougan and Cliff Richards. 1965, Lord Tanamo, which is the one I love. It's the Scar one. 1965, Sam Cooke. 1978, Shirley Bassey's back again. 1988, Slick Rick. 1995, Ava Cherry. 1999, Brian Ferry. He only covered it because he was a jealous guy. 2003, Barbara Streisand and her clone dogs. 2003, Rod Stewart. 2021, Billy Eyelash. Yeah, with the eyelash. Just the one. Like kind of Clockwork Orange. Anyway, I'm not putting them all down as one, but I'm making two. Right, there you go.
Great, right?
I mean, it's not even that fucking good a song. Kevin tells Perry that they shagged. Later, they're doing the All I Want to Do Is Do It in the shopping centre with this massive boombox by them.
Yeah, have you seen that thing?
Loved that.
I looked at that, so you can actually still get one. It's a JVC one for $207.
I can't believe they still make them like that, but these ones have got like an aux and everything, you know, like Bluetooth and the lot.
Yeah.
I wish I'd known that. I would have got myself one a couple of years ago. They are smart.
They really are, aren't they?
This lassie comes over to them, Sharon. She heard what they said the morning after and approached him, telling him she would never shag him and he's a virgin. They leave to Barber's Adagio, which is absolutely perfect.
Aye.
And again, that comes back later on. It's brilliant when it comes back later on. Adagio for Springs. Adagio for Strings. Samuel Barber composed it in 1936. It was played at Einstein's funeral, John.
What?
Yeah.
He's a genius.
Films it's in, Platoon, great scene. Lorenzo's Oil, I don't really remember too much about that. And The Elephant Man.
Really?
Yeah, in spite of the fact that it was composed 46 years after John Merritt died. Why, John?
Liars. Pants
Why?
liars.
Indeed.
Just because they can.
Just because they fucking can. Like that Romeo and Juliet film where they've got all the modern cars and the modern things. I don't think there was any of that. Actually,
Excellent.
Romeo plus fucking Juliet. I've tried to watch that recently. It's
Did you?
fucking garbage.
It's pretty bad,
It's
isn't
just
it?
so far up its own fucking arse, it hurts.
It's so
And
pretentious, isn't it?
listeners come at me. It's just unfucking watchable.
I think it was designed back then just to make young girls cry.
I mean, it made me cry at the cinema. I loved it. I thought it was fucking great, and that soundtrack is
It's
phenomenal.
hanging. It's phenomenal. Isn't it?
Garbage, Radiohead. Oh, it's great. It's a great album. But yeah, it is style over fucking substance, man.
Oh god, aye, yeah, definitely.
The line is, "It's all gone Pete Tong," which I kind of liked. Rhyming slang, of course, for wrong. Pete Tong, famous for the ones and twos in Ibiza and on Radio 1 back in the day.
Yeah.
2004 film about a DJ that goes deaf. Have you seen that one?
Aye, yeah.
The Paul Kay film. That's really quite good. Arguably, it's better than this. There's at least something in that. I could actually have seen in the Eyeball Paul role.
Oh god, aye, yeah, no, definitely,
Yeah.
But Richard Fans was good in it. I liked the way he did it.
Yeah, he is good in this. But I remember that it's all gone Pete Tong film, Cocaine Badger. Don't remember that. Things that stick in your head.
Cocaine badges are sticking in your head.
Indeed. Kevin signs for his dad's new credit card. By the way, there's this huge list of like these rows for people to sign where he's signing, and he does that squiggles all the way down it. What a prick!
That calligraphy thing that we used to like to do when we were younger.
Yeah. They head to the bank to take out the money to pay for Ibiza. In the bank, they get caught in a robbery. Did you see the guy doing the robbery?
Aye, it's something.
Everybody stop getting shot. The dad out of Bend It from Beckham. Yeah. Absolutely loved that. Kevin's sitting at a desk and he sees the cashier, who's let's say quite endowed.
Voluptuous lady.
She is ladies. And he obviously that gives him an erection, which presses the emergency button underneath, and locks them all in. They get a pile of cash each for saving the bank, which would only happen today if they were Tories, obviously.
Of course.
Quote unquote saving the bank. The bank manager offers them a job. As a reward, Mum and Dad agree to pay for the holiday so they can spend the reward money on the holiday. Mum and Dad are going too. Oh, that's so unfair.
Yeah. It shows me tickets when it is Virgin Sun Airlines, remember them?
Oh, mate. I do remember Virgin Sun Airlines.
So they only lasted 2 years.
Yeah.
It was sold to British Charter Airlines Air 2000.
Mm-hmm.
And it became First Choice Airways.
Yeah.
You got all this?
I have got exactly that for the obviously Virgin, run by our mate Hugh Grant with a Peter Stringfellow wig, Richard Branson, who also launched Mates Johnny's.
Mate, I've got that right underneath. Launched in 1987 by Richard Branson as an alternative expensive brand. So man, we're on the same wavelength here.
Absolutely the same rubber length.
Bring out the Branson.
Oh mate, I would never tire of kicking him to fucking death. A year after launching, he sold the company for £1 million.
Nice.
It was sold 5 years ago for 40 million. So, all right, smart ass. Yeah, there you go. Never forget, listeners, that he ended up going to prison for avoiding import tax for Virgin Records. Never forget. Prick. One of the big things I 100% remember about him, I think, did the actress out of Titanic? God, where's my words? Use your words. Kate Winslet saved his life on his burning island or something.
Oh, that's right.
And in the very first ever Big Brother, the kid that won it, the Scouse lad that won it, he was reading Richard Branson's autobiography. I don't know. I remember that.
Is that a guy with Tourette's?
No, the Scouse guy that won it, he donated all the money to some girl.
Oh, I know. And then he was on DIY programs.
Craig, that's it. Craig, he was all right, but he never got any more than about 200 pages into that book, as I recall. And you wouldn't, would you? I think he just took it to fucking hit somebody with.
Yeah, no shit.
Keep a door open. Can I take a hammer in? No, I'm afraid not. Oh, I'll just take this book then. Sorry, Welsh listeners.
Actually, I think it was Welsh. Sorry, mate.
They're getting prepared for the trip. The montage was the case full of Johnnies, as I'd said. Not pot noodles, like your mate going to Cuba.
Yep. That's so weird, wasn't it?
I'm
And
going to give him fucking hell about that, man.
I
Taking pot
know.
noodles to
God, I
Cuba.
know.
I know
That
the
was
food
her.
shite have
It
been,
said,
man,
it said
but
it was her. But they were wearing South Face. Did you see that?
I didn't see South Face.
It's no legit brand.
Okay, good spot, mate. Yeah, I saw some decent brands.
Oh god, aye. But North Face probably won't have in it.
This is the fourth. All I want to do is do it in 30 minutes, and I'm fucking fed up of it already. By the way,
Yeah.
thankfully they change it up a little bit and it gets better. They arrive in Ibiza and spot the girls of their dreams.
Oh god,
One of them
aye.
was certainly the girl of my dreams. I'll tell you.
Yeah, she's been in Doctor Who.
And A Knight's Tale.
Oh god, she's waxed with.
Yeah, she's Scottish. Yeah, she's
Oh
Scottish.
my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah, she's got it all. They also spot Eyeball Paul, as you've said, John Rhys Ifans. I tell you what's to add to the fucking list. If we can find a Welsh film podcast, I don't think they exist. Twin Town. We've got to do Twin Town.
Yeah. No,
we've got to do that.
Eyeball
Paul, of course, is a dick.
Did you see who else? Did you see who else was there?
Spudgun.
Yeah, no, just Spudgun.
Go on.
He was in the first ever Sega Mega Drive advert I'd ever seen.
Oh, fuck, of course he's in the vest, in the white vest.
Yep, he's in it.
Spud.
And he does a cyber razor cut.
Oh, man, I haven't thought about cyber razor cut in ages.
There you go, mate. Yeah.
Oh, I'm writing that down for the socials.
Cyber razor cut.
Oh, man. Yeah,
Because when you type in, because I remember seeing his face, so I typed in Sega adverts, and one of them was, it wasn't for the Mega Drive, it was for the Sega Master System.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you remember, it was really dodgy CGI back in the day, but it was like a colour chart that had a face on it, and all it says was, plug me into a Sega.
That rings a bell. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
I know. Taking it back.
It was always a Nintendo, man, John. It was a Nintendo, man.
No. Oh, Duck Hunt, aye.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The place they're staying is lush, by the way. This really cute little apartment above this kind of like restaurant.
Apparently
is that where it was? Yeah.
It's a real place. A real place in San Elulia.
Ooh, it's easy for you to say.
I know.
Have you been to Ibiza?
No.
Okay.
I wanted to, but I'm too old now. I can't.
You can go to the Old Town. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The dialect there, of which they speak, is called Eviensi, which is some form of Catalan. It is easy for me to say. And of course, we love our Catalan brothers and sisters. Solidarity with you guys.
Definitely.
Kevin and Perry are dressed for what looks like a week in the lakes. Puffer jackets and the lot, aren't they?
Yep. With Perry with one leg up, one leg down.
Yeah, and his furry Kangol hat.
Yep.
Yeah,
love Kangol.
Me too. They head to the beach. A cool one you don't know about because you're almost dead.
That's right. His mum and dad.
Like, fuck, were we like that? I don't think so. Maybe a little. They spot the girls from the airport and they get stiffies, so they head in the sea to cool off, fully clothed, and then they head to see the girls drenched wet through. Hello, ladies. The way he talks is great.
That's good.
Candice and Gemma. Candice is in A Knight's Tale. Gemma's in a few bits and pieces.
Not much so.
Candice is pretending to be on the phone talking about clubs when her phone rings.
Yep.
It's so funny.
She rhymes them all off, didn't she?
Yeah, she's going through all the clubs. We used to get the football. Used to get the rugby. And there was this guy, this Scouser used to go. Used to stand in front of us and would always be pretending to be on the phone to some woman. And then one day, I think I rang him and his phone rang and he shat it very much like this. That was very funny. I wonder where Colin Smith is today. I wonder where he is.
On the phone somewhere.
That night, they're in town. And Perry's filming everything on this fucking JVC camcorder.
Yeah. With those little hi-8 tapes, remember them?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I've got a box full of my stepmom's old ones that need to be transferred onto digital. They spot and film this couple snogging. Oh, look, snoggers, which I liked. And it turns out it's mum and dad. Mum and dad are having a cracking holiday, by the way.
I know. They're having a better time than bloody the boys. Boys.
Later at dinner, and both Mum and Dad order in perfect Spanish, which gets Perry hard and causes the table to wobble.
That's right. They could try and fix it.
It's good, honest fun. And as he leaves, has the banana, Mrs. Patterson. I was okay. I like stupid. They head to Amnesia, and Eyeball Paul is there with Big Baz.
Yeah.
He was his chauffeur.
Yeah.
And they help him carry records past the girls.
Amnesia opened up in 1976.
Yeah, it was an old country house in the country. Yeah.
Won the best global club in 2007, 2008, 2009, and 2011.
I see that on my notes too, John. And it's been owned by Cream since 2005.
Man, we should just link up together
because it's no fun. Shit. No, it's not fun when we do that. Because then we wouldn't come up with all the random shit that we do, like come out Ford Focuses
and razor cut.
Razor cuts, yeah, exactly. They explain they're DJs and want him to listen to their mix. He asks them a series of questions, which they do quite well. They get a lot of them right until he asks them Sash or Chicane.
Yeah.
Now, how would you have answered here, John?
Chicane.
Oh, mate, no, Sash every time.
Yeah.
I would have been a blagger. I would have been a blagger. Yeah. Sash, John, or Sasha Lappenson, German house superstar DJ. Biggest hits in the UK. That's right. Encore une fois, Stay, and Ecuador. Reached number 1 in the stupid sexy Flanders Ultra Pop chart. Number 1 in the Romanian Mustafa Hadji Top 100. I might have made that up. And was kept off number 1 in the UK by I'll Be Missing You. The Puff Daddy Faith Hill cashing on the death of their mate song.
That's right. Jesus, I forgot about
that. Ecuador means equator in Spanish, and the capital of Ecuador, Quito, is less than 25 miles from the equator. Geography.
It's all making sense now.
Geography fact. Chicane, however, I should have made a quiz for this bloke's name because you'd have never got it. Nicholas Bracegirdle.
Ooh.
Who I think might be that ex-royal correspondent off the BBC. Known for tracks Saltwater and Offshore, and some Bryan Adams, Don't Give Up, Keep On Moving. That's the only one I knew from him. Oxford Dictionary describes a chicane as a sharp double bend created to form an obstacle on a motor racing track or a road.
Cool. They never done any bloody Wipeout tunes, though, I know that.
Man, Wipeout, that was a good
it was all orbital on that, wasn't it? And left field.
Yeah, absolutely. He agrees to listen to the mix tomorrow at their place, at his place. In the club, he's playing Lange. Follow me, Lange, listeners. Any guesses?
Flange.
Somewhere here, mate, I've got Lange. Fuck off. And Follow Me by Lange. Lange. Should have put that in the quiz earlier on, by the way.
I know.
I think you would have got that. You'd have got that wrong. You would have thought that was another word for minge.
What's Lange? I know.
No, Lange, just Lange. Shrewsbury's Stuart Langland.
Oh, good old Shrewsbury, yeah.
81 singles in 22 years, and I've not heard of a single one of them.
Jesus. Is it bigger than dancing?
It's like those Rat Pack lads. I think Sammy had like 300 albums in 10 years. I am certain he did. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, like that. What's that? Is it Tim Westwood? That old duffer?
Oh, the old dog. You're running with the fucking rapist dog or whatever he is. What a piece of shit he is, by the way.
He really is, isn't he?
Lanky fucking prick.
I always came across as a wank as well, man. I don't understand why he was going as big as he fucking did.
Well, I mean, he was always quite big. I guess he was just born that way. But yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, he looked like a right twat.
It's like tryhard, wasn't he? It's pure tryhard.
This looks like a good night, by the way, at this club. Not that the girls know about it, because they get turned away by Paul Whitehouse. Yeah. No monsters. Beautiful people can pass, but your faces offend my mirror. I was like, what is that? Like, what could that be based on? And stick to your fishing, you twat. They decide to have a makeover with Boots beauty products in it.
Oh, God.
They'll come back tomorrow, and Kevin and Perry can get them in. Boots, John. Of course, I've got to do Boots. John Boot, his real name, established the herbal and medicine shop on the Goosegate in Nottingham in 1849. 2,200 shops across Britain and Ireland. There you go.
It's a lot of boots.
So these boots were made for Johnnies.
Yeah, mates.
Next morning, Kevin and Perry return. Mum and Dad are at it on the sofa. Mrs. Patterson, you cheeky girl. It's so good. He's like, my mum and dad don't do it. They've only done it once. And there's this kind of thing where they end up throwing up after they've done it. Very much like my parents, John, except my parents didn't do it all. My dad was having a Thomas and was a really lucky shot.
It's just the wife got in the way.
Yeah.
The wife got in the way.
We hear Mum and Dad at it next door. Oh, we'll be doing that with Candice and Gemma, won't we, Kev? Won't we, Kev? Won't we, Kev? Kev? Won't we, Kev? Won't we, Kev? What? Shagging like your mum and dad, Kev. It's probably got the biggest laugh from me.
Oh, brilliant.
That and all the kind of like, cheeky girl. Later that day, Mum and Dad are singing Wonderwall, but it was like the Mike Flowers version.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? You don't like Wonderwall. You've never even heard Wonderwall. You're old and saggy and almost dead.
It's fucking brutal though, isn't it?
Yeah. And again, I assume that these actors are probably about our age.
Again, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember him. Was he for Wednesday or Funeral?
Yes, and he is out of he's the dim lad out of Vicar of Dibley, I think. I think that's who he is.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Wonderwall 1995 single off of What's the Story. I personally prefer the B-side, The Master Plan, which I think we might have covered in our faculty episode because it's the end titles for that.
Oh, so it is.
Original title, John, Wishing Stone.
Ooh.
Doesn't work, does it?
No.
Number 1 in Australia and New Zealand, Prisant. Kept off number 1 in the UK, John, by Robson and Jerome.
Oh, fuck, of course it did, man. Oh, you fucking old.
Because your ma's got shit taste in music.
Exactly. Remember these twats, man, just ripping off
Up on the roof. Fuck off. I launched those pricks off the roof.
They were fucking shite as well, man.
Although, Jerome's pretty good in Game of Thrones.
He
was probably really good in
They done that Soldier, didn't they? And fucking then everybody went mental for them.
Yeah.
Pricks.
Yeah.
Imagine
And Jan Robson.
Imagine getting a song like that after number 1. Just for that fucking shitey. Oh.
What are you going to do? 6 times platinum in the UK, not Robson and Jerome. I assume that was 19 times platinum. 11 times platinum in Straya. Mike Flowers Pops also made it to number 2 in the UK with this one. And I think I might have bought both. I think I've probably got both on the rack behind me somewhere.
Ooh.
Yeah. That Mike Flowers Pops one was pretty fucking big at the time.
On the rack.
The boys go and see Eyeball Paul, and he takes vodka in through his eyeball. Because, why?
Because it makes it ingests it faster, apparently, but does it? No, it does not.
No, it does not. You're absolutely right.
I did it last night.
And I thought you were just winking at me.
Stick that bottle of vodka up your arse.
Pass off, you pathetic winker. There's no proof of it doing it, but reports that it can cause corneal abrasions. I'm sure he used to play for Arsenal. And scarring. It promotes anginosis in the eye, which increases the chances of blindness.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Like Kalashnikov vodka in the back in the day, £5 made everybody blind.
I remember it well.
Oh, brilliant. Kalashnikov.
And Glenn's vodka.
Oh, I got and they had to change it. No.
It's still called Glenn's vodka.
It used to be, remember there was Grant's vodka and they had to change the name.
Oh, there was Grant's vodka. Maybe that's what Glenn's vodka is now. Yeah.
Jesus. Anyway, takes you back.
Indeed it does. He sends the lads to paint the bathroom, points out, I've done a shit that won't flush. You might have to push it down. He pays them in an egg and says he'll listen tomorrow when they come to wash his pants. Perry's like, oh, it's a shame he didn't have a bog brush. He keeps smelling his hand.
I know, it's so gross, isn't it?
Later on, they're listening to music on the beach in headphones and shouting to one another. Everyone can hear. Perry has a piss in the sea. You can't have a piss in the sea. It's the law.
They looked so happy doing it as well, didn't they?
It does. I can't find any law to say that you have to piss in the sea. It would be a bit of a strange country if it did have that kind of law, but I can't imagine. Come on. He follows through, of course. Floater, and it goes in Kevin's mouth, which is pretty minging. I also can't find anywhere where it's illegal to shit in the sea, either in the US, Spain, or in the UK. But, I mean, if it's all right for our government to spew tons of shit into the sea, I'm sure I can drop a log in Blackpool.
Exactly, aye. Fucking glad to do it the way bastard one.
Fucking Tories, man.
Oh.
Do you think Gemma saw my poo? Do you think Gemma poos? The ladies do not poo like Baby Spice.
That was a good
And now
one.
I'm wondering. I don't think Baby Spice has ever had a shit.
Definitely not.
Certainly not on my chest, unfortunately.
Victoria has.
You married one. Later in a bar, they agree to get the girls into amnesia. The girls, by the way, these shrill Cockney types, like hit it, all the time.
Nice.
They head to the room and leave the lads outside. We get this pimple popping fucking montage.
Still gives me the creeps.
Yeah. To the song "The Look of Love." The Look of Love. We're not doing The Look of Love again because we did the fucking Look of Love backwards and fucking back to front on Austin Powers.
That's
yeah,
right.
because it's another fucking Hal Needham and Burt Bacharach number. So you can fucking keep that. But Dr. Sandra Lee is Dr. Pimple Popper on YouTube. She is worth an estimated $7 million US.
What?
And she is a dermatologist. To be honest, these things every now and again pop up on one of my feeds. I think my phone's like, hears me go, I've got a fucking horrible spot on my nose. And then it just goes, oh, you want to see this? I'm like, do I fuck, mate?
I know.
See how minging some people, because people are fucking gross.
I know.
Like, how do you let? Anyway. Kirsty watches it. She's fucking... She's not right. The girl's not right. And I'm only saying it because she's not listening to this. But I am scared of her.
Well.
Frankly, full disclosure, I am scared of your fiancé. I have been scared of her for the last 15 years that we've known one another.
Get over it, man. So did I, but I'm marrying her. Just to get over it.
That's one way for her to keep you in fucking check.
No, true. Legally.
When they come out, of course, they look great because they're good-looking actors. The lads are waiting 4 hours outside their apartment. In the club, some lads on the balcony take some pills. Here, have one of these. What is it? I don't know. Kevin and Perry are stood under them, and they start throwing up. We get another adagio for strings as they get covered in puke. And it's very much like that Platoon bit. Man, I've got to watch Platoon again. It's such a good film. Such a good film. The girls get chatting and dancing to some other boys. We can't hear it because it's just music. Kevin's asleep, and Perry goes to the balcony to film Mr. and Mrs. Patterson at it. Go on, Mrs. Patterson, which I liked. And then he gets scared by something, but I wasn't sure what it is.
It doesn't show you, did it?
Yeah. Next morning, the boys are scrubbing the kitchen floor. Eyeball Paul agrees to listen to the tape, but he also finds the camcorder. He tells them he likes the tape. Perry sits down between Twatia and Butasha, these twins. Eyeball Paul puts on the video. Kevin, of course, is furious and runs out, screaming at Perry, "You are not my mate, and you are not my fellow DJ."
That's Kirsty's favourite.
Bye forever.
She says it all the time.
Montage of them being sad apart. Kevin finds a stray dog to pet. That dog's dead now.
Right.
And sees the girls with the boys from the club. Perry finds this kid to help him with the sandcastle, which is really sweet. Especially at the end when they just shake hands and then they do a thumbs up. I like that. Mum and Dad return, find Kevin sobbing on the balcony. Dad suggests they go for a meal. The girls pass by Perry with the boys. Gemma explains she loves Perry's artistic and kind nature. She'll see them at the club. There's this bit, is he your boyfriend? No, I'm his partner, and I'm not going to say the thing he says because it's horrible. And they're like, no, gay lovers. And I was like, okay, that's good. At least the film's put the characters straight. So there's something, I guess. The guy's a gay. On the way back to the apartment, Perry sees Eyeball Paul. He says he likes the mix, invites him to go to the club with them. Perry talks to Kev and tells him what happened, apologises to him, and they head out to Eyeball Paul's place and pick up the girls.
Aye. After
Now,
blanking mum and dad and taking
oh,
the tie off.
yeah, taking the tie off and throwing it on the ground. Yeah. Now, did you spot the video? Did you spot the shirt Kevin was wearing?
The boom one.
He's wearing a Mambo shirt.
Oh, was it?
Mambo shirts from Australia. I've got 3 somewhere in a fucking box somewhere in this house that will probably get unpacked
God,
when
I had
I
one.
move. I got them in Australia and I love them. They're
I had
fucking
one,
disgusting.
and it lasted ages, and if I wore it all the time.
Yeah, me too. So much so that one of them's got a hole in the back, which I think
Jesus.
I might have, because it was a black shirt, I might have just put some black gaffer tape on it somewhere to stop it from. Anyway, I'll find those. Australian company, the Mambo Loud shirt designs, I think they're spot on. And they designed the outfits for the Australian team's opening ceremony garb in the 2000 Sydney Olympics.
Good, good.
When they get in the car, he shows them their mix on White Label,
Yes.
which I was kind of into. I was like, okay, White Label's usually produced in small amounts, usually anything under about 500, by small record companies or DJs directly.
Aye, for promotions and stuff.
Yeah.
Look class though.
It did look good, and he wouldn't let them touch it. Before they pick up the girls, by the way, I love how Perry's obsessing over this armrest, lifting it up and down, which I think must have been improvised, because you can move it down, or you can then move it up, or you can have it down. And which is how I quite like it. And then Kevin just throws it up, and he just looks properly upset.
The squeak of the leather when it does it is like.
I really like that. The girls are sat either side of Eyeball Paul, who basically starts to touch them up, doesn't he? It's disgusting.
It's a bit much.
Baz breaks very hard, and the girls end up on Kevin and Perry's knees. Is Baz the hero? Question mark.
Yes, he is.
At the club, he tells them not to help with the cases. John, he just might be the hero.
Mm-hmm.
In the club, Mr. and Mrs. Patterson have sneaked in as well. Kevin and Perry's mix is played, and it gets a great reception. And it's not bad until it's mixed with video and audio from the video of Mum and Dad, because Eyeball Paul's a prick. He turns it off, and the crowd boos him. He gets to smash the record and says, "You can all have a piece if you want it that badly." Baz stops him. He says, "You're fired." And so Baz
punches him right across the decks.
Absolutely. He gets...
he decks him.
Hey! Very good. He gets Alan Rickman, doesn't he?
He does. Rinty Gruber.
He hands them the cans, and he says, "It's down to you." And they resume the music. Candice and Jenna join them, and they get it on. So, true, Baz truly is the hero. Baz is the hero. None of it would happen without him. As the sun comes up on the beach, they did it. "Oi, Kev, have you done it yet?" We zoom, it's a beach of shagging. It looks like the fucking Somme.
It's a bit much, isn't it?
Back in the UK, Kevin and Perry are selling signed copies of their record, and across the other side of the shop, Mum and Dad are selling their mid-marriage sex videos.
Yeah.
But then, I guess we're Mum and Dad's age now. Not that me and you are going to have a sex video, but we might.
Never know.
Happens in Benidorm. And that's the movie. There's only like 2 bloopers at the end, which I was a bit disappointed with.
I know, I was hoping to be there. The jam sandwich one. I knew that would have been one.
Yeah.
I asked somebody for the jam sandwich. That was good.
Yeah, I liked that one a lot. Yeah. Any more facts, John, before we finish?
Let's see. So I looked up one of the longest residents in Ibiza. Not for obviously for DJing, but I don't believe this. So it says that it's David Guetta, because he's had over 20 years of putting together parties. But I'm sure there's fucking loads more people than that's been there longer. Cost of a beer over there is £13 and the cocktail's $19. Stick up your arse.
No way, mate. It's two euro pints.
Exactly.
When we get to the stag.
In the dorm, God, with Benny. Cafe Del Mar is obviously a song, one of my favourite songs, but it's also well known for its spectacular sunsets and atmospheric music.
Cool.
Pasha is the longest standing super club, opened up in 1973. Raised the global brand to where it is today, and it will be forever known in folklore as the place to be when it came to Ibiza.
Mhm.
1970s saw the real arrival of the tourism boom and continued ever since. So the opening of discos, which defined the history of Ibiza today. So if it wasn't the fact that the 70s boom of everybody going in all inclusives,
Yeah.
Ibiza now might not have been as big as it was.
All right. Okay. Cool.
Is that it? Is that it? Aye, that's it.
Magic Records. First commercially sold records were created by Emil Berliner. Ich bin Emil Berliner in the 1880s. The best-selling record of all time, John, can you guess?
Cafe Del Mar.
Michael Jackson's Thriller. 70 million copies sold worldwide.
Woofty, that's a lot.
That's not bad. Not so bad. I think that's all I've got there. Yeah, that's all he wrote. That's all he wrote. Can you have a guess while I tot them up as to how many you think we got?
87.
Higher. I'm just recounting this.
97.
Higher.
Really? This is
Yeah.
a short episode. 107.
Oh, too high.
Oh,
Boop, 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 you got over the end. John,
does.
100 things we learned from Kevin and Perry Go Large.
You boy! You love
Fucking
heading on a 0-0. I never thought in a
It
million years.
is easily. That's got to be only the third time we've done that.
Yeah, that's pretty class,
And
man.
legitimately, listeners, we don't get any fucking any love out of doing it, like cheating it. So we don't cheat it, and that's why I had to count it twice. When I said I had to count it twice, you in your head you must have gone, "What? Surely it's not that good."
I know it's like we're not talking Forrest Gump here, are we?
No. Oh wow. Yeah. Forrest Gump. Still the record? Question mark. Yeah, it's got to still be the record, isn't it?
Yeah.
150 odd. Okay, patrons. So again, give us a quid at patreon.com/100 things, and you can you can do this. If you like what we do and you want to follow us on the socials, just go to 100 things we learned from film.co.uk. 100 things we learned from film.co.uk. Our website is still not working, but that's fine. It'll never work because those bastards have taken our money. But that'll take you to our link tree, which has got all our links and loads of other bits and pieces. Okay, so yeah, 100 things we learned from film.co.uk. Patrons that we're giving a shout out to. Joseph from Hallmark of Greatness. This week we are doing, John, a film called Land Shark, which I am yet to watch and will probably only half watch, but I might bring some Ray facts to a Shark Facts fight. Gadget, Stig and Biggie from Modern Escapism have changed their format of their show. It's now concise, it's short, and it's fucking hot. And it doesn't last me half as long as the other one used to, but that's okay. I've got to be honest, Biggie's breaking news gets better every week. Listening to Biggie sing songs about the news. Mate, yeah, it was Careless. I think it was Careless Whisper this week or the week before. Fucking hell. It had me in bits in the shower. And what is even better, our mates Mono and Kira were on theirs this week.
Oh, good.
So it's a twofer. It's an absolute twofer. And Mono talked about the vampire film you went on and talked about, Underworld.
Mate, we're going to need to do more. We agreed to do more of these Underworld movies.
What, you and them? I was going to say, you're not doing it with me, mate. I'll tell you that for fucking free. What the fuck do you want podcast? Punk isn't taking my calls about a Gargoyles Quest 4 episode.
Oh.
Gargoyles Quest 4, The Questioning, maybe? Fucking wanker. Massive bonfire wanker. Ali, Dale and Megan, all members of Carlisle Gamers Club that are working on Carlisle Megacon. Gutted that it's on Saturday the 19th of August when we're away overseas, me and you. Because I was setting us up. I'd got all the kit and everything to get us to record live from there. I was all ready to go. Nigel from the Wonder Emporium is also going to be there selling bits and pieces for tabletop gaming and loads of different bits and pieces. I'll see if I can get him to sell some of our merch. I bet he doesn't sell a single one. Rob Jones, Records and Bands, Lone Wolves Collective. If you like his music, you'll love at least one thing that lovely dolphin fucking man is doing. I've just signed up to his Patreon, by the way, because they're releasing music through it, and it's fucking lush. Well, at least it is for a man that wants to make baby dolphins with a dolphin lady. Gavin and Dan from Be There with Belson podcast. They have an open invite to our new house. Not mine and yours, John, as much as I wish. A pod that you can switch off your brain for. Nay, please, you must switch off your brain for Be There with Belson. Otherwise, it's no fun.
I'm going to put this out there. They asked for funny quotes, and I gave them a funny reply, and nobody
Okay.
liked it. I'm upset. So I
That's
might.
all right. They'll put it in the episode. They'll put it in the episode, and no one will like it then. It's fine.
No, no, it was a quote for Go Compare.
Oh, fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Josh Wilson, super familiar with the Wilsons podcast, my favourite American family, talk love, life, and learning. Only my favourite American family because obviously you can't like Bill Cosby anymore, can you?
No.
Ian and Maria from Bantha Liberation Front. Ian started Secret Invasion now, and on Cult Connection shortly, he and I are going to be doing a special on films from his birth year. So, we'll be taking a trip to the moon, and that film of the train entering the station that shit everybody up.
Ooh. I just got that there.
He's old, but he's not that old. Paul and Sophie at SP Film Viewers are doing my favourite Western, The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, this week.
Right.
Now, dig. And I never properly shout out the absolute fucking shower of tossers that pay and have nothing to promote. So here goes. One of them, my amazing wife, who isn't a tosser, put up with this film twice. Jen, who I once saw fall down some stairs during The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe at the cinema. This week, she asked me very kindly to shout out her brother, who I trained once, 20 years ago. Generally and genuinely, which is probably what I've not written here, a lovely lad. Ian McComish, who supports me in so many more ways than just by giving me a quid. Gavin McGill, who's been with us from the start. Emily, who legally or otherwise helps us to get the films that we can't get elsewhere. And Phil, who Nigel and I are desperate to play board games with again soon.
It's been too long.
It has been too long. And it's not going to be anytime soon while I've got a dining room full of boxes.
Yeah, yeah.
Dining room full of boxes is a good name for a band, actually. Write that down. Listeners, thanks so much for giving us that. That's a super short, super teeny weeny short show today, and in very, very well done. I'd love to know what that is facts per minute. I probably won't figure that out. Anyway, John, anything to say to the lovely people at home or in the car?
Well, there's so many things I want to say to them, but right now I want to say thank you very much for all the support. I'm loving the mug.
Oh, yeah, you've got a mug. We've sold out 100 Things We Learned from Film mug. I'm going to do another print run, so if you want one, listeners, give me a shout and I'll print some.
I just wish everybody had one. They're just so good.
They are sexy. You've got the little Pride one, and I've got one of each in the house somewhere. Again, I think they're boxed up, ready to go to the new house.
But no, just thanks for all the support. Every time I'm seeing the views going up, it's warms the old heart. Warms the old heart.
This cold old heart.
Swinging brick.
So again, listeners, 100 Things We Learned from Film.co.uk to find out where we are. Give us a listen, give us a review, do all that kind of stuff. We love you. It's great. It's so much fun. We started it because we love one another. Gay. But we now do it because we share that love with all of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Spunk. I don't know.
Rub it all in your faces.
I don't even know. So thanks very much. We'll see you again next time. But this, he's been John, I've been Planty, and this has been 100 Things We Learned. Can you inexplicably fucking believe it? From Kevin and Perry Go Large. Big go, big go.